We've all been there, sitting alone, replaying every conversation, every little moment, like a movie you can't turn off. You tell yourself it's over, that you should be moving on, but somehow your mind keeps pulling you back. The truth is, there's a very real psychological reason why this happens, and understanding it is the first step toward healing. Your brain is wired to keep you attached to the things, and especially the people, that once felt safe. When you lose them, your nervous system panics. It's not just about heartbreak, it's about survival. Your mind thinks you're in danger, because for so long this person was your emotional home, your sense of stability. This is where attachment styles come into play. If you have an anxious attachment style, you probably feel this even more intensely. Your body interprets the loss almost like withdrawal. It's a craving, not just for the person, but for the emotional highs and security they gave you. And here's where it gets tricky: even if the relationship was unhealthy, even if it caused you pain, your brain still remembers the moments of joy, the moments when everything felt perfect. That's called intermittent reinforcement, and it's the same mechanism that makes gambling addictive. Your mind focuses on those winning moments and keeps you hooked, hoping that maybe, just maybe, you can get that feeling back. Another reason you feel stuck is because your brain desperately craves closure. It wants a clear ending, a perfect explanation, a satisfying resolution that ties everything up with a bow. But real life rarely works that way. Most breakups leave loose ends, unanswered questions, and unresolved feelings. Your brain hates this uncertainty, so it replays the story over and over, trying to rewrite it, trying to make sense of it. You find yourself thinking, if I had just done this differently, maybe it would have worked. Or you obsess over what they meant by that last text. It becomes a mental loop, and the more you think about it, the stronger that neural pathway becomes, keeping you stuck in the past. Then there's the simple fact that our memories are wired to prioritize emotional moments. Every time you revisit a memory of your relationship, whether good or bad, your brain is reinforcing that connection. It's like walking the same trail in the forest over and over until it becomes easier to follow. You might not realize it, but this mental habit is literally training your brain to stay attached. That's why you feel pulled back every time you hear their favorite song or pass a place you used to go together. And on top of all this, there's the fear of the unknown. Moving on means stepping into a future where you don't know what's coming next. It can feel terrifying to imagine starting over, meeting new people, risking getting hurt again. So sometimes, holding on, even to pain, feels safer than letting go. Your brain would rather cling to something familiar, even if it hurts, than face the discomfort of uncertainty. When you look at all of this together, it makes sense why it's so hard to let go. It's not because you're weak or broken, it's because your brain is doing exactly what it was designed to do: protect you, keep you safe, and keep you connected. The problem is, that protection is now keeping you stuck in a place that no longer serves you. And once you understand that, you can finally start to shift the pattern. Because when you know what's happening inside your mind, you can start to work with it, not against it, and that's where the real healing begins. Now that you understand why your brain keeps you stuck, it's time to talk about how to break free. This is the part most people skip. They either numb themselves and try to pretend they're fine, or they jump straight into a new relationship to distract themselves. But real healing doesn't come from ignoring the pain, it comes from facing it, step by step, and rewiring the way your mind and heart respond to it. The first step is radical acceptance. This means facing the reality of what happened without sugarcoating it, without bargaining, and without blaming yourself for every single thing that went wrong. It's about looking at the relationship for what it really was, both the good and the bad, and saying, this happened, and I can't change the past, but I can choose what I do next. Acceptance doesn't mean you have to like what happened, but it means you stop fighting with reality. The more you resist, the more pain you create. When you finally allow yourself to say, it's over, that's the first moment you start taking your power back. Once you've faced the truth, it's time for an emotional detox. Think of this as clearing out the mental clutter that's keeping you tied to that person. This is where you unfollow them on social media, delete old conversations, remove reminders from your space, not because you're bitter, but because you deserve to protect your peace. Your brain is like a sponge, it absorbs whatever you feed it. Every time you scroll through their profile or reread those messages, you're pouring fuel on the fire. By cutting off those triggers, you're giving your mind the space it needs to start healing. After detox comes rewiring. This is the step most people don't know about, but it's where real transformation happens. Your brain has been wired to associate this person with safety, love, and happiness. To move on, you have to create new associations. Start with journaling, write down what you learned from the relationship, what it taught you about yourself, and what you want moving forward. Try visualization techniques where you picture yourself free, happy, and whole, living a life that excites you. Practice affirmations that reinforce your worth. I deserve love that chooses me every single day. These small practices may seem simple, but they're training your brain to form new neural pathways, so eventually, thoughts of the past lose their emotional grip on you. The next step is to build new emotional rewards. If your relationship was the main source of joy in your life, it's time to create new ones. Try something new that challenges and excites you, join a class, pick up a creative hobby, travel to a place you've never been, or reconnect with friends you lost touch with. The goal is to remind yourself that there are still things in life worth looking forward to. Every time you choose something that makes you feel alive, you're proving to yourself that happiness doesn't depend on one person. And finally, create a vision for your future self. One of the most powerful ways to heal is to focus on who you're becoming, not who you lost. Write down what your ideal life looks like 1 year from now, how you feel when you wake up in the morning, the type of people you're surrounded by, the energy you carry. Start making small choices today that move you closer to that version of yourself. The more you connect with that future, the less power the past will have over you. Remember, healing is not a straight line. There will be days when you feel strong and free, and days when the pain comes back out of nowhere. That doesn't mean you're failing, it means you're human. What matters is that you keep showing up for yourself, over and over again, until the day comes when you realize the pain is no longer running your life. And that day will come if you keep taking these steps. Take a deep breath for a moment and really let this sink in. The fact that you're even here, watching this video, means you're already stronger than you think. You're not stuck because you're weak. You're stuck because you loved deeply, you invested your heart, and your mind is still catching up to a new reality. And that's okay. Healing is not about erasing the past or pretending it never mattered. It's about learning to carry those lessons with grace, without letting them define you anymore. Imagine yourself standing at the edge of a new chapter, with the past behind you and the future wide open in front of you. Every step you take now, every journal entry, every moment of acceptance, every choice to focus on yourself, is a step toward the version of you who is free, confident, and unshakably whole. That person already exists inside you. You just have to keep showing up until you meet them. If there's one thing I want you to take away from this, it's that you have more control than you think. You can choose to stop feeding the thoughts that hurt you. You can choose to build a life so fulfilling that the past becomes just one chapter of a much bigger story. So, don't rush the process, honor it. Celebrate the small wins, like the first day you go without checking their profile, or the moment you catch yourself smiling for no reason again. Those are the signs that your heart is healing. Your next chapter is waiting for you, but you have to turn the page. And when you do, I promise, life has even better things in store than what you thought you lost. If you've made it this far, take a second to acknowledge yourself, seriously. Most people stay stuck because they don't want to face the pain. But you? You showed up. You faced the truth. You were willing to dig deep into your own psychology and learn why you feel the way you do. That alone is a sign of growth. Healing doesn't start with moving on overnight, it starts with understanding, and today, you just took that step. I want you to know something important. not being able to let go right away does not mean you're broken. It means you cared. It means you are human. And humans heal, even if it takes time. The version of you who feels free, who laughs without heaviness, who loves again with an open heart, that version is real. And they are waiting for you on the other side of this pain. But here's the thing, you have to choose that future. You have to decide that you're done living in the past and that you deserve something better. Every day you practice acceptance, every time you resist the urge to text them, every time you choose yourself instead of the memory of what was, you're rewriting your story. So today, make a promise to yourself. Promise that you will not let your past keep you prisoner. Promise that you will show up for yourself, even on the days it feels hard. And if this video helped you see things differently, let me know in the comments. Your story might just inspire someone else to start their healing too. Your next chapter is waiting, and trust me, it's going to be beautiful once you finally turn the page.